I did mention earlier that GIF Your Game are sponsoring this tournament, and I want to encourage you once again to check out their program. It really is fantastic. But hey, if you don't want to take my word for it, maybe you'll listen to Brian.
Download GIF Your Game, it's simply the best.
Yeah, thanks Brian. Alright, let's get started with today's All England matchup, Bluey versus Eekso. So far, during league play, Bluey has had 2 sweeps, one in his favour and one against, whereas Eekso has gone 5 games in both the series he's played and won. With so much mechanical ability on one pitch, it's hard to predict exactly what's going to happen, but I can tell you this, at the moment Eekso is the only player besides Fairy who can finish first place in the league without having to rely on results outside of his control. Will that statement still be true after this series is over though? Only time will tell. It's the All England 1v1 matchup, Bluey versus Eekso. Eekso coming into this one with 2 series wins under his belt, both in Game 5. Both with a plethora of air dribble bumps in Game 5. Back wall dish attempt goes wide of the net from Eekso. Eekso, of course, going to be looking to flex his superior 1v1 game time on Bluey right here. I think that was just an attempted catch at the end of that ceiling shot. Bluey has been a very surprising addition to the 1v1 league. He's going to bully in this ball, squashes it in at the end of the air dribble here. It's just a low little shot here by Bluey that does squeeze across the line. Multiple touches from Eekso, but Bluey puts it in. Like I was saying, Bluey I think has probably surprised a lot of people with his qualification for this tournament, and also how well he handled Flakes in Game 1. Look at that by Eekso. He's just sacrificed himself to let the ball go in. You have to see this again from Bluey's perspective. He's coming back to try and get the save, and although he gets the demo on Eekso, the little explosion aftermath sends him flying into his own net. Of course, although these players do have nationality in common, their journey to this game couldn't be more different. Whoa, my goodness, Bluey manages to bump Eekso at the end of what looked like a failed reverse 45-degree flick. Well, there's no way Eekso saw that one coming. And if Bluey did do that on purpose, then I'm sorry for calling it an accident, because that is absolutely insane. And if there's anybody in this tournament who could do that on purpose, I'm sure it would be Bluey. He has an early lead here over Eekso. Make it 3-1. Bluey booms it just after the kickoff. Eekso's got his work cut out for him here. Bluey looking sharp. Of course, although Eekso's had very consistent performances so far, 2 3-2 wins, saving his secret weapon, the air dribble bump, until Game 5 predominantly. Bluey has had absolute opposites in terms of performances and results. 3-0 and then 0-3 respectively. But you can tie up Eekso, or tie Eekso's series win-loss record by beating him here. And then of course they'll be separated by game win differential. At the moment Eekso +2 in that regard, Bluey on exactly even score. So those of you who have studied math for 1 or 2 years in primary school, what do you guys call it across the pond, elementary school or something, you'll be able to figure out that if Eekso drops this series 3-1 to Bluey, they will be completely even in the standings. And that would give Bluey the head-to-head edge. Air dribble from the midfield for Bluey. He's scored himself, but the ball stays out of the net and in danger. Oh my goodness, Bluey's caught another demo in the midfield. Crucial one as well, because Eekso had the jump on him there. Eekso just going to ball chase straight from the spawn, but Bluey stays up and he's going to put a shot on target. Great save by Eekso. Both these guys have some of the fastest recoveries in the entire tournament. It's going to be an absolute battle of mechanics here. And there's another air dribble demo attempt, probably the lowest one you're ever going to see. And for those of you wondering why I'm calling it an air dribble demo, there's the dribble, there's the demo, and there's the slight aerial at the end. It's more of a dribble demo air, if you want to call it that. But so, it's no surprise that he likes his demo plays. 2 goals so far this game, both involving maximum physicality. trying to bring that into defense now. Bluey returns the favor. Looks like Eekso is largely unshaken by that exchange. And so should Bluey be. He's still got 1 goal to the good. And with how well Eekso's been playing, I don't know if many people expect Bluey to be the favourite here. It looks like he's willing to take on Eekso in the air dribble bump war. This is fast becoming an air dribble bump 1v1. Eekso looked like he was trying to set one up here, but he's going to have to bail on it after a bad start. Now Bluey, open net counter attack. He's put this ball way out of his own reach though. And he won't be able to dish it in while Eekso's interfering. Eekso going to continue interfering, bumping Bluey into his own corner. And nobody saw that whiff, Eekso. Don't worry, we weren't watching. We did, however, see the 3-all, and that's from more bump plays. This time, Bluey getting caught out of position in Eekso's corner. 1 minute 44 seconds left. Bluey bangs in a kickoff goal. I must say I'm very impressed with Bluey's kickoff. It's something that 3v3 mains always struggle with when they transition to the ones arena. Losing games because of kickoffs is quite a common excuse. A widely accepted excuse by the Rocket League community. Bluey's had to ball chase here because he missed the corner boost. Manages to connect though. And he gets boost at the edge of the box for the absolutely perfect amount of time. This boost in the corner should be respawning soon, but not fast enough for Bluey. Eekso puts it into the open net. Bluey wasn't able to do much more than take himself out of the game here. He was hoping Eekso would back down, but Eekso's not interested in anything like that when he has an open net and a chance to put the ball into it. Eekso thought for a second about going off the wall there. He's going to need to be very, very quick if he wants to challenge Bluey in the air. Bluey and probably Fairy Peak are the 2 scariest aerial players in this tournament, at least based on what I've seen in recent times. Bluey has his flip here off the ceiling. He's still got it, decides not to use it as it would have just put him out of position on the landing. But well done by Eekso. He's neutralized Bluey's strategy there, realized Bluey's looking for the boost, taking the ball to safety. Fast center ball attempt by Eekso. He got it past Bluey, but Bluey's back in the nick of time. And a good challenge by Bluey again. He's not got much boost to work with, but he should be able to pick up the back corner one in time to contest this ceiling shot. There it is, but Eekso puts it past him. Takes the lead with great placement off the ceiling. Bluey had the boost here, decided to go up and block most of his goal, but he did not have the far post covered, and that's where Eekso spotted. 32 seconds left. Eekso squeaks into the lead, and he's setting up another ceiling plate. Decides to go off the wall, actually, looking for the rebound, and Bluey somehow mid-air alternates his angle and gets in the way. That was very impressive, but he needs to do more. There's 14 seconds remaining, and he's still down by a goal. Eekso trying to waste the valuable time that Bluey has left. He's got the ball in a very safe place. Avoids getting demoed, but Bluey recovers anyway. What an exchange between Bluey and Eekso. Bluey looking for the back wall demo. Eekso avoids it, but Bluey puts the ball in the net regardless. Ridiculous speed. Adaptation on the fly. And now with 4 seconds left, Bluey has the advantage. Oh, he didn't believe in the whiff from Eekso. Another kickoff, another chance for somebody to steal this game 1. Eekso with a strong start. Flicks it early. Bluey should be able to get this out of his net, but really, really difficult spot for him now. Completely out of boost, and he's put it straight into the middle for Eekso to score. And Eekso will take game 1. A disaster on the back wall for Bluey. He dodges the wrong way, caught on the wrong side of the ball. What a win though for Eekso. Crazy, crazy ending to the first game. Now we're faced with a problem here, with Bluey only winning or losing 3-0 so far. And Eekso only going to game 5. We are definitely not going to get both those things happening at the same time, but the only one of those things which is now viable is for Bluey to lose 3-0. He's managed to squeeze in another demo somehow. But it's going to be a battle of Eekso's consistency versus Bluey's belief in himself. Of course, I've mentioned this before, but he did reverse sweep Floris in the qualifier for this tournament. If he can get in the zone, he might be hard to stop. But if this tournament's anything to go by, you don't want to take Eekso to a game 5. He's had a few bump and demo goals so far, but he didn't really go for quite as many as he did against Flakes or Osselon in the respective game 5s. Bluey's got Eekso backing way off here. Late dodge shot to the top left corner, gets saved. Eekso now on the transition into offense. He's been dominating the back corner boost control for the most part. But Bluey does well to sneak in there and defend it. Very important to defend your back corner boost if you want to come back. Oh, look at that by Eekso! Out of nowhere, he slams in the pinch shot. And he just realized that the ball was going to roll in the perfect position. Bluey was not able to see that one coming. That is an outrageous spot by Eekso. Not many players would have even realized the pinch shot was available. Never mind execute it with perfection at the last second. That could be goal of the tournament so far. There have been so many good goals. We're only in the first few games of league play still. Bluey absolutely up against it now. Probably the worst possible way to concede early on is with a goal that your opponent can then stick in a montage. Eekso able to read Bluey's fake challenge now. It's looking worse and worse for Bluey as time goes by. Eekso starting to get a good read on what he's doing. Seems to always be one step ahead, but that's good speed by Bluey. No, it doesn't matter if you're one step ahead of Bluey sometimes. He's so fast that he can overtake you despite your one step advantage. That might be a chance to shoot this one actually. Eekso's not kept that one entirely safe. Bluey fake jump to keep Eekso back, but it's going to do the opposite as Eekso comes in. Bluey puts it off his own joint. And that's actually worked wonderfully for him. Only in the short term though, as Eekso comes back around, gets the demo, and will secure the open naturally. Oh no, he's missed it! Eekso with a massive miss there, and he's going to concede on the counter-attack just like that. We go from what should be a 2-0 game to 1-all. I think Eekso might have panicked last second there. He saw Bluey coming in the side of his screen and he thinks, is Bluey really going to save this? Maybe I should place my shot. And then he overthought it and missed the ball entirely. Good speed in the air by Eekso. Bluey trying to react to Eekso's movement. Hard thing to do, and Eekso retakes the lead, 2-1. And Eekso really was covering all the angles there in the air. No way for Bluey to get past if he decides to go that slowly. Eekso, long shot. Bluey should be able to collect this one on his own goal line. He's trying to get Eekso to back down again with multiple fake jumps, but Eekso hasn't really committed on any of them, and again beats Bluey to the punch. He's just reading Bluey's movement so well right now as Eekso. Bluey might look for the long distance air dribble here. He will indeed. The ball's going a bit high. He won't be able to put that one in regardless of bump or demo. What a low scoring but interesting game we're seeing here. Eekso goes very high. Bluey over the top with the challenge. Misses the boost. It's a little bit unfortunate for Bluey. He would have been the odds-on favourite to win that race to the boost as he was coming in higher than Eekso. 116 now. It's all air dribbles in this game, but Bluey turns it around with a massive challenge and ties up the game. Eekso's got to be careful starting air dribbles this far back, because if he does drop the ball short of the goal line, Bluey can counter-attack. You don't have that option if the other player drops it on your goal line, because in saving it, you usually end up inside your own goal. Why air dribbles can be so powerful sometimes. Win to the boost race by Eekso. Bluey doesn't have time to pick up a corner boost. Here comes Eekso with the air dribble bump, and he will get it. He's decided to dip into his secret weapon a little bit earlier than game 5, but I think this is a really good time to do it. He knows he has the boost advantage there. There's no way that Bluey can fake a challenge and then shadow. So he lines it up, and then he strikes Bluey into the ground. 44 seconds now. What has Eekso got in store? Maybe thinking about another air dribble demo, but he doesn't want to risk it. Well, he's got the demo. He's not going to rush the open net shot. He really beamed the last one, so just playing it safe here. Wants to waste as much time as possible and take as few risks as possible. 24 seconds though. Bluey is threatening. That's one shot on target, but saved. 19 seconds. Bluey turning aggressively. He hasn't had a real look at Eekso's goal since the equalizer, but this is his first real chance. Delayed dodge. The ball's actually just gone in. Eekso didn't know what to do when he found himself completely starved of boost. And he's so scared of the air dribble demo coming in that he doesn't save the ball. 8 seconds left. Another late equalizer, followed by another Bluey possession. Eekso puts it into the sidewall. Bluey's had one more chance here. Eekso should be saving that, but it's not safe yet. Now it finally is. Another overtime. Another kickoff. And Eekso trying to be a bit cheeky there, going for the block style approach. Look for a big dunk, but Bluey almost put it over the top of him on the turnaround. Eekso almost caught out in no man's land there. Bluey has had every possession play imaginable so far at the end of the game and in overtime. An unfortunate bounce for Bluey keeps Eekso alive. It's another early shot by Eekso. Unusual to see him giving away possession like this. Bluey drops the bounce dribble into a rolling ball. Now has this shot from the side of the field. This is not a good landing though for Bluey. Eekso's got a huge open net and he won't miss. And just like that, Eekso takes game 2. He's looking to continue Bluey's downfall. 3-0 loss to Ocelon, now 2-0 down against Eekso. Eekso just one game away from the sweep. Now, I wouldn't think Bluey would be feeling too down and out just yet. It was 2 losses that he has suffered so far, but they were both overtime. But he's decided it's time to whip out the Batmobile. This is a first for me, seeing Bluey in the Batmobile in ones. But he will get the first goal. Not a bad start. Eekso just stops and pauses for a minute. Blinks a few times and thinks, wait, that is indeed a Batmobile that I'm up against. I wonder if this changes anything for Eekso. I doubt it does. But I did not expect to see that. After 2 close overtime losses, you'd think Bluey might just change his camera settings by 1 FOV, but no, he's gone for a completely different car. Eekso ties things up with a kickoff goal. And I've got to say, I think Eekso's even more the favourite now. But you never know. Is this going to help Bluey out at all? I wouldn't think so, because the Batmobile is more of a precision, finesse car, Bluey. Although he has finesse in ample quantity in the Octane. It's mostly at speed that he does it, and I think the Octane fits him a little bit more for his one's play style. He's just got a touch on this one and kept it safe. Eekso does likewise. But the jury's still out on the Bluey car decision. Let's wait and see. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So far, the flicks have not been good enough to put Eekso in an awkward spot. But it's far from a disaster so far. That shot is exactly a disaster, though. He has completely missed on both power and accuracy. and put himself incredibly out of position in the process. That's not what you want to see if you're rooting for the Bluey comeback here. Eekso eases into the lead. Kickoff goal and counter-attack. Both goals on open nets. And that's a bump off the back wall. Eekso's got a little bit of alone time with the open net. He doesn't go for it though because you can see Bluey incoming. Good line mid-air there by Eekso to stay in the way of the ball. He doesn't want to concede any counter-attacks too easily. Eekso's looked very much in control so far. Needs to be so careful on the back wall here. He put himself in the line of fire there. And again, almost getting demoed side on by Bluey. With a quick glance to the right, he sees Bluey coming and does absolutely nothing about it. Bluey ties up the game by driving into the ball twice. And it's one thing to look and see what your opponent is doing, but if you're not going to react, there really isn't much point in doing it. Eekso will be kicking himself there, both for missing the initial collection of the possession and for failing to react to Bluey's challenge. With 3 minutes left, he's just a goal away from taking this one. I wouldn't be surprised if we went to another overtime with how this series has been going, but that's probably the most tame air dribble attempt I have ever seen from Eekso, especially in this tournament where he's looked so deadly from close range. This time he scores himself and leaves the ball behind and doesn't really interfere with Bluey in the process. Another kickoff goal opportunity. Eekso catches this one. Wave dash was available, but again chooses not to do it. Eekso looking like he might be losing some confidence in his own ability here, and he does give another goal to Bluey. Now that's very interesting. Two offensive plays for Eekso that you'd expect him to at least try to execute on, and instead he just decides to bail on them both, but not safely. He took himself really out of the game to do so. Now half the game is gone and he's got to find 2 goals. That flick is definitely not going to do it. Bluey trying to catch out, or Eekso rather, trying to catch Bluey out of position here, going for a ball earlier than Bluey might expect. You know, this has been a really weird game so far, nothing like the games before it. And I must give a compliment to Bluey. He's adapted his play style very well. No longer to be seeing him darting around the field at 1,000,000 miles an hour. He's just waiting for his perfect moment. That's a great shot with the bat. Just getting underneath it, lifting it up into the top shelf for the 3-goal lead. And his kickoff is really actually favouring the car change as well. The wider front of the Batmobile, sometimes stronger in the push variation. Eekso 0 boost, open net available, but can he find the power he needs? He's going to slow play it. Bluey's actually coming off the crossbar. It doesn't matter because Eekso's got a second touch. I mean, this is one way that you can make up for a boost disadvantage, but it looks like Bluey actually had the advantage in that spot. He was able to pick up 42 boosts on his run back to goal down the middle of the field. Eekso did not have anywhere near that much. But Bluey continues to win kickoffs in dominating fashion. Eekso cuts in field, trying to sneak in a counter-attack goal. He misses the target. Both players go to the air. Eekso, the faster of the two, doesn't put it on target the second time either. And oh my goodness, Bluey's just rattled his own crossbar. What is going on? Eekso puts it in. Absolute madness by Bluey in defense. For some reason, he's decided to hit the ball into his own crossbar. Of course, I imagine he was trying to hit the flat part of the wall, not the inside of the post, but either way, the outcome is the same. Eekso finds another goal, steps 1 goal closer to making this a comeback. Flick again by Bluey, dropping short of the danger area, but another challenge in the corner is good, and he will score off of it. The second time that Bluey's has pinched the ball center in the corner, this time off Eekso's car, and he's up by 2 once again. Of course, as a neutral spectator, I'd love to see Bluey taking a game here, or even taking it into game 5. Why not? What an interesting dynamic that would bring in the league. Bluey in the Batmobile starting to look very, very good. And Eekso just didn't really do enough with this one. Didn't get it into a safe location. Bluey using the back end of the car to pop it over the top. 3 goals in it. 1 minute for Bluey to try and hold on. And he's going to do that the best way he knows how, by looking for more goals. What has Eekso got in his back pocket? I'm surprised that he's not gone for more air dribble bumps. Maybe this is why Bluey's changed car. The Batmobile is, in the opinion of most players, harder to demolish than the Octane. Eekso's got the ball past Bluey. He's got an open net off the back wall, and he puts it in with perfect control. That's a huge mind game by Eekso. And he didn't panic when the ball didn't roll in immediately. Took his time, picked his spot. Now he's only 2 goals back again with a half volley after the kickoff. Bluey should be able to save this, and he will. 24 seconds. Eekso still pressuring. Gets the ball past Bluey, but there's no real chance of an early shot, at least just yet. Tries to catch Bluey early challenging, but Bluey's sitting back. And it's 10 seconds. Eekso has to score with this exact attack, or it will be all over. And he might actually score with this attack. He's got the underdunk. Bluey looked pretty good with the early challenge, but Eekso's read him. Predicted that Bluey was going over the top, and dunks him underneath. 5 seconds now. 1 goal in it. Eekso looking for another overtime. He's going to back off, but I don't know if that's going to secure him boost. Bluey gets the back corner boost. That should be game. Bluey air dribbling this one on target almost, and it will, not yet, but now it will be game 3 in Bluey's pocket, and we have a real series in our hands now. Jury's still out on Bluey's car choice. So far, so good. But if he can win another game, I think we can all agree that this was a really good decision. If nothing else, it seems to have nullified Eekso's air dribble bump attempts. He's not even trying to go for them anymore. I want to see him do it just to check if the car choice really did help. Well, there's the first answer to that question. A resounding no, as Bluey is miles away from saving the first air dribble bump attempt. He avoided getting demoed or bumped, but he also avoided the ball. 1-0 Eekso. I don't know if the Batmobile is sufficiently harder to bump and demo to really make that a noticeable advantage. We're going to have to wait and see. Here comes Eekso. Oh my goodness! He's managed to get underneath the ball and re-pop it as it lands. That is a gorgeous goal by Eekso. Bluey not able to time his challenge well enough. If he'd met the ball as it bounced on Eekso's car, there would have been no way for Eekso to get it past. But you can understand why he would hold back. Eekso's a pretty scary dribbler when you see him coming at you. Bluey's avoided a good demo there. And that's a shot on target. Bluey ties it up. Not quite, actually. He's only back by 1. But a well-done goal nonetheless. Eekso managed to catch a piece of Bluey's car there, but no demo and no real bump happened. And that does happen. That's pretty normal with the Batmobile, actually. If you catch the wheels on a drive-by, sometimes not much happens. Eekso actually going to ball chase here. I'm not sure if I agree with that decision. Bluey's got him in an awkward spot. Gets a clean demo. Now he's got a free ceiling play. Is he going to go for it? Yes, he is. Bluey snipes the top corner. And Eekso's going to think twice about closing the distance after a kickoff with no boost again. Because Bluey is not the player you want to give a free ceiling shot set up to. We're all tied up in game 4. Just under a minute into the game. Bluey's kickoffs continue to look fairly impressive. It is worth mentioning though, kickoffs were not a strong point for Eekso versus either Osselon or Flakes, 2 series that he won. That's another goal for Bluey though. Where was Eekso in this exchange? I'm not sure where he went because Bluey's shot was good. Oh, Eekso did not have all 4 of his wheels on the wall when he jumped, and that turns his jump into a dodge. If he does hold his analog stick in any direction. Either way, I don't think he was getting to the ball fast enough. Bluey, very speedy in the air, as always. Great read on the sidewall. Another open net for Bluey. First touch is good. And there's the finish. And Bluey is actually looking like he might take this into a game 5. This is something not even I would have scripted. The Batmobile car change. And then the imminent reverse sweep. So trying to sneak in possession play and a boost grab, but Bluey spots him a mile away. Here's another flick over the top. This one is going to make it. And it's the best flick yet for Bluey. 180 backflip flick from the edge of the box. And Eekso, even with a pre-jump, was way too far off his goal line to be thinking about saving that one. The goal lead is actually expanding right now. Eekso with an open net after the kickoff. I think he's missed it. Indeed he has, and the ball bounces up, which is not what he wanted to see. He's going to have to start again from his own half, but in comes Bluey. Very early challenge by him. Eekso's still up in the air, but he's missed it. Bluey, if he had been in position to intercept that whiff, he would have had a really good chance. He's tripped up Eekso's landing, but he's only going to put it in his own net. It looked like Bluey might have this one under control, as he did get a trip onto Eekso, but he really did mess up the touch as he approached his own goal line. Just over 2 minutes into the game. Bluey's still in control. Kickoff still looking very good. I must say, I'm impressed with how often Bluey is dominating kickoffs. But Eekso's got to be scratching his head a little bit. What is he going to do to try and change his fortunes in this series? Because right now, Bluey is looking very good. Well, that's going to help him out a great deal. He doesn't want to waste too much time. And if Bluey just flops past the ball, that would help Eekso greatly. I don't know how often Bluey's going to do that, though. Although saying that, long cars are historically more floppy than octanes. Great save by Bluey on Eekso's far post air dribble attempt. Eekso's recovered well enough to prevent the counter-attack from being an option for Bluey, and there's a wave dash to close the distance and present an open net. And that is why you don't want to turn your back to Eekso for too long. You might steal his boost, but he's still a speedy boy when he wants to be. And now we've got a 1-goal lead. Just over half the game is down the drain. And that ball might actually just be on target. Indeed it is. Eekso needs to fix this kickoff. He is just way too far off to the side there. Bluey, goal side approach. Manages to score directly. It's not something you see often in 2018. Almost 2019 now, of course. And kickoff goals are still going straight into people's nets. Bluey with another open one. But this time his car's on the wrong side of the ball. Still, though, with 2 goals in it, it's looking very good for Bluey. It just got a little bit worse on the forecast, but overall, a commanding lead, given how well this, or how close this series has been, and how few massive goal swings there have been this series. Oh my goodness, Bluey with a huge read, 0 boost, but he's managed to intercept Eekso's center ball. As Eekso is trying to take this one across the box, and Bluey just stayed with it. Picks up another one, 3 goals to the good. So many goals as well. Of course, going to help these guys rack up those goals per game points. Looking to pick up that accolade as well. But Eekso really needs to start converting on more of his chances. That flick looks to be good. Oh my goodness, it's so close. It is going to go in. If that had bounced over the crossbar, Eekso must have thought to himself, this just isn't my day. But it just hugs the goal line long enough for him to put it in. Now 1:35 left in the clock. There's actually been a goal every 10 or so seconds this game. Don't do the math on that, please. But yeah, there's another one, just to prove my point. 8-7 now. There's still a massive amount of time left. I make that almost 100 seconds left in the game, and we've got 15 goals already. Is this going to be the highest scoring game of the entire tournament? Bluey finally manages to stop the Eekso train. short of a third goal occurring. And just in time to put one in himself. Look at that placement. Lifting the ball up high and then using his dodge to propel it into the top right corner. And these guys are just scoring such good goals that there's just no chance for goalkeepers. That shot is good, but this time saved by Bluey, who's put himself in an awkward spot by giving it straight back to Eekso, who's going to put it right back in the goal. And I think, like, since I've said that there was a goal every 10 seconds, there has actually been a goal every 10 seconds. This is outrageous. I feel like I've been casting this game for 10 minutes. It's probably only been something like 7 or 8. But there have just been so many goals. And Eekso needs to find one more if he wants to take it into another overtime. Both of the overtimes so far have been won by him. But 48 seconds is all it stands between Bluey and setting up the reverse sweep. I'm really glad to see Bluey not going for that aerial play. But look at that, he's beaten Eekso to this one. And if Eekso hadn't caught a piece of Bluey immediately after getting beaten to the ball, I think it may have been a goal for Bluey, but as things stand, he's still up by 1. He's going to force Eekso to come to him now. And look for the flick at the last second. There it is. And he will get the counter-attack goal. Great play by Bluey, baiting Eekso into his half. And when he gets there, a quick counter is going to make him the heavy, heavy favourite going into the final 20 seconds. We're into the territory where pretty much a kickoff goal or a strong, strong kickoff possession is required for Eekso. And it is not going to happen. Bluey puts in another one. Bar down, 15 seconds left. Bluey is 3 goals up in Game 4. And can you believe it, Eekso's in another Game 5. And you know what that means. Air dribble bumps are coming to a game near you. And not just yet. Bluey's going to want to put in another one if he can, for the goals per game award. This is really quite impressive though, for Bluey to come in and change car. Honestly, the first time I've seen him play 1v1 in the Batmobile and take 2 games in a row against Eekso is no small feat. But can he do one more and tie Eekso for overall win-loss in the league? Game 5. It's been all Game 5s for Eekso so far in the league. And I gotta say, with how good he was looking in Game 1 and 2, I really didn't expect this one to be a Game 5. But Bluey has found a way to get there. It's his first series that hasn't been a sweep, either for or against him. And he starts off Game 5 with a bang. Bluey over the top. Eekso misses the boost in the corner, but would he have stood a chance anyway? That's a really good shot by Bluey. I think if Eekso rushed the challenge, maybe he would have stood a chance. But as things stand, Bluey gets the best start. And that is really bad news for Eekso, who has been losing the majority of kickoffs, especially in this last game that they just played. Good recovery by Bluey after his attack failed. But, oh, it looks like he gets stuck in the corner for a little bit, and Eekso ties us up here. Let's take a look and see what happened to Bluey. Yeah, he decided to turn to the outside just to make sure that he got the boost. That is not the right line of play. Should be turning wide much earlier so that he can then turn in and get the 100 boost. Will he be able to work this one into the goal? Looks like the mind game will get him a goal. And Eekso kind of did this to himself. He didn't have any boost, but neither did Bluey. And Eekso just had a little bit too much respect for Bluey's flick there, and not enough for the direct slow roller. Is this going to be the day that Eekso loses a Game 5? Great save by Bluey. Eekso lurking at the edge of the box. Uses some boost to set up the half volley, and he bangs it in. 3-2 all. Really smart play by Eekso to use a little bit of boost just to get him back further so he can run up for a little bit longer. Get additional power on the shot. Never be afraid to use boost to run away from the ball. And then turn around and hit it harder. Eekso's going to get beaten here though. Bluey spots an opening. The ball is going to bounce to relative safety for the time being. In comes Bluey. Eekso gets a massive dunk on the infield. And then demos him for his trouble. Just like that, Eekso with a strong turnover of possession. But for a moment he loses sight of Bluey, and that's what forces him into the air. He did not want to go into the air there, but he had to. Just in case Bluey did that immediately after respawning. Bluey winning a couple of aerial battles in a row now. He's got Eekso a little bit worried. He's got him a little bit shook right now. And he's got the net a little bit open. Eekso with a great save. Half volley to try and snipe the long shot. Bluey with a save and recovery to match it. But Eekso's gone beautifully over the top. And he will take the lead. Fantastic decision here by Eekso. Didn't want to take a shot straight at Bluey's net, just in case Bluey pre-jumps and gets a crazy save and leaves him for dead. So what he does do is anticipate the early challenge, pass it to himself. 3 minutes 12 seconds left. Bluey looking for the catch off the wall. Took himself very far at the game to get it. And now he should be having to give up on this attack pretty soon. There he does just turn around. Eekso doesn't have much boost to work with. Looks like he might not need it, but he's missed the recovery shot as Bluey was beaten to the ball there, but gets away with it. Eekso not with much boost at the near post. Bluey's already used both his dodges though. None remaining to shoot the ball. Bluey's managed to space Eekso off this play for the time being. In comes the catch. He's looking to bump Eekso. He's got the bump, but the ball's barely moving behind him. He must have hit him in the back as he was approaching there. And now in comes Eekso. Flick is saved though. Bluey with a really nice save, and the long shot doesn't quite make it. Bluey grabs the boost before Eekso can sneak into the corner and secure it. Big advantage for Bluey. He missed the ball again. This time Eekso doesn't get mind gamed by the whiff. And I believe, is that on target? Oh, he's just missed what would have been a fantastic read. Has he put himself in a compromised position to do that though? Bluey gets the demo. He decided not to go for the reverse 45-degree flick there, or the 180 backflip flick after the first touch wasn't quite good enough. Great control though by Bluey. Straight up flick, gets saved by Eekso. Bluey half volley from the edge of the box. Another save by Eekso, who might have a chance to counter here. Yes, he will. He almost sneaks it past and into the goal. Oh, and just like that, Eekso ties it. Bluey might have had a save here if he dodged forward, but you see when he jumps a second time, it doesn't really give his car any additional height. He continues falling. A forward dodge would have killed his vertical momentum and sent him into the ball. Definitely a misplay by Bluey. He's not going to be too shaken by it though. He responds with a kickoff goal. And we're right back to where we were seconds ago, except now Eekso has to defend another kickoff. He won't be too happy about this. He'll be pretty happy with how it's gone though. Although he has missed the kickoff goal. Open net. A little bit of a tilter there for Eekso. He worked so hard for a goal, only to have Bluey score a kickoff goal immediately afterwards. He's probably thinking about that a little bit when he went to take his own shot. Bluey waits for the ball to roll behind the boost. He has to let it drop into the deck though, and he's jumped into Eekso's goal while attempting to get a dribbling play started. Bluey trying to time this arrival off the crossbar, decides against it, and he will win the race to the boost. He's looking to bump Eekso in the recovery. Eekso trying to keep the ball alive just so he can grab boost and reposition. Bluey gets it past him, but the inside post, the inside of the post rather, is all he's able to find. 30 seconds left now. Eekso still in the lead. And he's actually missed off the back wall. Bluey puts it in. And Eekso's going to give himself the what a save, just to make sure Bluey can't do it for him. awesome placement by Bluey, sending it behind Eekso, who was flying off the wall in desperation. Game 5 is all tied up. Bluey with, I'd say, a slight advantage here. He's got the boost, and Eekso said to turn around. He doesn't have great vision. He's got to be careful here. That flick is not going to be very effective. But Eekso almost blunders, overestimating Bluey's capability. And the shot goes in! 1 second remaining. Bluey manages to find the opening. Eekso had most of the goal covered, but not the far corner. And somehow Bluey is on the verge of a reverse sweep. 1 second remaining. All he has to do is kill the ball, and surely that's going to be it. Bluey has done it. The reverse sweep is completed. The Batmobile was the answer. Yet another insanely scripted series, and with that, Bluey moves into 3rd place in the league overall. With himself, Scrub and Eekso all having the same series wins and the same game win-loss differential, the game win-loss differential from matches between them are used as the next tiebreaker. This is why Bluey is currently 3rd, followed by Scrub, who has yet to play against either Bluey or Eekso. Of course, this is likely to change in days to come, but if there are any win-loss differential ties at the end of league play for players with the same amount of series wins, then that is how those tiebreakers will be resolved. Eekso's loss today is also lost in the top spot in the goals per game category, so just another win for Fairy Peak, no surprises there. Come back tomorrow though for day 13 of the tournament to see if Flakes can finally put up a series win as he takes on OSM, who himself will be looking to continue his winning ways after beating Cuxer 97 yesterday. On day 14 we'll have the return of Fairy Peak, the league's only undefeated player, when he goes up against Ocelon. And then day 15 will bring another storied matchup in Eekso versus OSM. Following that, we have day 16's Bluey versus Scrubkilla. It just keeps on getting better and better. So that wraps up day 12 of the Mannfield Night 5K. Thanks again for watching, and see you again tomorrow, same time, same place, for Flakes versus OSM.